What's up, 11.7 Nation? We are here with an awesome guest, Kentucky left-handed pitcher Zack Thompson. And I will say this is our second time recording because I introduced him as Kyle Thompson earlier because I had literally a page of just scrabble notes that I was looking at. First name I saw was Kyle, and I was like, wait, hold on, that's not right. But anyways, dude, thanks for joining us. This is awesome. Killing it this year, man.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me, guys.
And Dimitri's stepping in for James. James is busy right now, so our graphic, I guess you can call him graphic manager. What'd you call it? What's your title?
I don't even know. You tell me, boss.
Dimitri crushes it with all the graphics, so he's stepping in for James. We're gonna have a great little conversation here, dude. So Zach, you're coming off a 9-inning, 2-hit performance, 13 Ks against Georgia. How does that feel staying in conference and just destroying the Bulldogs?
It feels incredible, just performance of my career so far. It was just a blast. Just seeing the way my teammates were celebrating just made it that much more special.
Yeah, and that's not that Georgia team is top of the line this year. Like, they're in contention to win the SEC. I think they're ranked up to like 6th in the nation. So to do that on your home field, that's pretty cool, man. And speaking of home field, you guys just got a brand new facility that looks top of the line. How's that feel?
It is unreal. I mean, everywhere we've been, I've been fortunate enough to play in some pretty nice parks, and this place is just unreal compared to those. Like, the player facilities are just out of this world. It may not be as big as like LSU or Arkansas, but I guarantee you everything underneath is just as nice, if not better.
Yeah, no, for sure. There's an awesome YouTube video that I looked at the beginning of the year, like right after you guys got it released, and dude, I was like, oh my God, that's Kentucky finally making some moves, man. Like, everybody knows about Kentucky basketball, but now it's Kentucky baseball. So that's really cool, man. So Dimitri, you want to talk some pitching with Zach? I know you're an old college pitcher at Mercer, so what you got for him?
I mean, we can talk pitching all day long, but just take me through like that outing. Like, did you like do anything different? Just another Friday night start? Like what was going through your mind? Like heading up, you got Georgia that Friday night. Like, what'd you do preparing wise?
Really, the only thing that changed preparation wise this week. So our pitching coach actually was scheduled to have a baby Friday morning. So going into that week, we knew we were going to be without him. So I sat down with my catcher Marshall and our hitting coach actually, and kind of picked his brain a little bit, and we just took a little bit different approach to looking at video, and really just that much extra commitment, that much more like, okay, this is on us. I think that helped. But, it was one of those days where walking out of the bullpen, I turned to Coach Quill, our hitting coach, and I was like, you've been there. It's one of those days, like, everything's working. Let's go out there and try to go 9. And he was like, all right, whatever you say, it's on you.
Yeah, so you guys like took it a little bit different, like a little more responsibility, to be prepared. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Because I remember, some days you're just like, oh man, like, I don't know, let's just wing it, let's just ride, let's just see how things go. I mean, sometimes you have a good bullpen, bad bullpen. My best outings were when I had a bad bullpen, and I was all pissed off, and I was like, oh shit, like, here we go, like, let's see what we got.
I agree. And then, going into just warming up that day, it was like, well, shit, like, everything's clicking. It's gonna be one of those days. You got your stuff, you're feeling right. So.
Did you ever feel like a moment like where you were just like, second, third inning? Because I know some guys have like first inning is really tough for them, or the 5th inning, the hump to get over. Mm-hmm. Like, did you ever feel a moment where you just had to like buckle down and grind, to keep going?
Absolutely. I think it was the 7th inning, and it was a leadoff base hit bunt. So that's already got me fired up. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
You gotta be kidding me, man.
And then of guys, and I turn up and look, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm at like 80 pitches at this point, and I'm like, no outs, all right, time to buckle down, here it is. And got lucky, the baseball gods kind of frowned down on that bunt, got a little line drive double play right there, and then I was like, all right, that's it, it's over right here. And then just let it eat.
That's awesome, man. It's
like,
the leadoff bunt.
I'm gonna cut you off because I got them on my mind. But how there's always a moment in the game where you just like, some people like fans don't understand, like, you got to play 9 innings, 27 outs, but there is a moment in the game, whether it's the 3rd inning, bases loaded, nobody out, 8th inning, there's a moment where the game is won, and you just know it. you just know it's over. Like there's that moment, and I'm assuming that 8th inning or 7th inning was it, where you're just like, yep, it's in the bag. Like this is our game to win.
That was it. Right after that line drive, and my third baseman was right there. I was like, all right, that's it. This game's over. Got the punch out on the next guy and just turned, and the dugout just went nuts, and that's when I knew.
Dude, that's awesome. Your teammates getting hyped for you, man. I love that.
Did you do one of those flex, like high stuff up and down? Like
absolutely.
What do you do?
I kind of blacked out. I don't really remember, but I know I did something fun.
That's awesome, bro. And so, anyways, dude, sorry to make this boring now, but I was going to talk a little bit about Team USA, but I'm actually going to switch it up. So we were talking about getting hyped with your teammates. I took credit in being kind of like the hype man, or like the big locker room guy. So that just got me fired up. But anyways, so you just pitched for Team USA this summer. You guys played really well, man. You guys destroyed it. That team is loaded with talent. Who would you say is the best player on that team that you played with?
Whew. We talking pitchers, hitters?
Let's go best hitter and best pitcher. Like who's the first one?
No offense to guys that come in second place. Just your opinion, best guys.
Yeah, if you're a major league GM, who you drafting first overall for pitcher and hitter?
You can't draft yourself, by the way.
So I'd say, I mean, as far as hitters this summer, Daniel Cabrera from LSU came in and just raked. I think he hit over 400.
You had some sort of injury in last year, and just take us through like what happened. Kind of like, you don't have to be super specific, and how that translated carrying into your summer season.
It happened. I want to say it was like third start last year, maybe. Throwing against the Hawks. Just running up the pitch count. Didn't notice it that day, and then playing catch a couple days later, it was like, all right, something's not right. A little flare up there in the forearm. Ended up just going through protocol. Missed a bunch of SEC starts, and it was hard. You got to sit back and take it day by day and just understand. It was frustrating knowing that it wasn't just going to get better instantly, and you got to go through all this rest and rehab and fighting to get back in the rotation there. And finally, I want to say it was against like Mizzou, maybe came back. It was just big relief to just finally get back on the mound.
It wasn't like wasn't it like a serious injury, more just like you needed rest, or like what exactly like what's going on? What were you feeling?
You know, it was just something to do with the flexor, nothing super major, nothing
I hear you,
structural.
dude.
It's one of those you can't throw through it. You just got to put the ball down and wait.
Yeah, I my senior year at Mercer, I got like I don't know, like my second start in like 3 years, second inning, I felt something weird in my forearm too, and I got diagnosed with a flexor tendon strain about 30 innings later, weeks like rest, and I got a cortisone shot in my elbow, and I ended up having a torn UCL.
Damn.
Yeah, Dimitri is he's a Tommy John survivor, so everybody give him a round of applause.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's the first thing out of his mouth usually whenever he talks. Hey, Thomas Jonathan, that guy, I got
like right there somewhere. No tattoo. I think that's just stupid. But anyway, so like you came back, you had a couple outings after that. What like did Kentucky coaches have you on some sort of pitch count restrictions heading into summer ball? Because you had a big opportunity in front of you, Team USA, obviously.
So actually, just the way the schedule played out, my last start against Vandy, I was up to speed, full pitch count. So then just went up to the Cape, and then was good to go for USA.
Who did you play for up there?
Brewster. Get some starts, get going again, face some good hitters, face some wood bats, and just get ready to go for USA.
Yeah. All right. So I got some non-baseball related questions for you before we go. Are you more of a Kentucky football fan or basketball fan?
This year, I'd say I watched more of the football.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Freshman year, I watched a lot more basketball.
Yeah.
You know, went to the Kansas game that year. That was pretty exciting.
I bet that's crazy, man. I bet that was wild. Man, dude, Kentucky basketball in itself is just a whole new specimen. Like,
did you
guys
feel like you were in a shadow with freaking Duke and Zion Williams and RJ Barrett and what's the other guy's name?
Cam Reddish.
Reddish, yeah. Like, cause usually Kentucky's like, boom, the team along with Duke, and this year I felt like you didn't hear that attention.
I think with ESPN this year, everything was overshadowed by Zion and Duke.
Oh my God!
Every sport. I mean, it was. If Zion sneezed, the whole world knew about it. It was all over SportsCenter. It was unreal.
Yeah, and dude, Kentucky football, they have probably a top 5 overall pick with Josh Allen. That guy's a freak, dude. I can't wait to watch him. Like, I guess he's already had his pro day, but dude, that stuff. I want to go back and look on it because I feel like talent-wise, he's got to be top 1 or 2 in the draft.
Oh, yeah.
The guy's unreal. But dude, so Dimitri, you got anything else to talk about with Zach? I'm sure we can get him back on the show sometime.
I mean, non-baseball related. I mean, I'm just starting to get to know you, but I do got something baseball related. So you were drafted, I guess 2016 by Tampa Bay. Where you had like, I'm sure you had like, like a money, like you were looking for something to get to pull you away. What was so appealing to you at Kentucky that like really made you like, I'm going to school,
I don't know if you guys have ever seen our old stadium, the Cliff.
I've heard some stories.
It is just before we had the new stadium, just the whole culture around the place was just very blue collar. And I mean, I'm from a small town, I'm pretty close to home, and I was like, this place playing in the SEC, I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna improve my draft stock, and these are the kind of guys I want to be around when I do it.
That's awesome, dude. That's something that we don't hear very often with draft stories. Is like, I want to be blue collar. I want to like, these are the guys I want to go to war with. Like, that's something that I think anybody can respect. So, and we saw that you're from a small town in Indiana, correct?
Yep, Selma, Indiana.
That's awesome. What's the best thing about the town? Like, whenever you go back, what's the first thing you do?
Oh, you got to stop by Pizza King in downtown Selma.
Pizza King? What in the world? What is Pizza King?
Just a little 4-way stop,
Y'all got a Dollar General and like a Shell gas station?
We don't even have a gas station.
No
Wow.
way.
Wow, dude, that's special, man. So Pizza King getting some free advertising.
So you didn't grow up a Hoosier?
Nope, I grew up a Boilermaker.
Uh-oh. Hey, they had a good run this year in basketball.
They did.
Yeah, Carson Edwards is from my hometown in Texas, so
really.
Yeah, I grew up training with him at this little like athletic facility. Kid's a freak.
I'm glad he showed up in Lafayette.
Oh my God, dude, I know. Big things out of him this year.
Did Purdue baseball offer you?
They did.
So you had a soft spot for them.
I did, yeah. It was just one of those. It was like I got to get to a little bit warmer weather, and I really wanted to play in this league.
Yeah, the SEC is like you can't match that. Like that's the league that everybody wants to play in. So, and you guys are looking to make a big push this year. Like I mean, the SEC is wide open. I think I was looking at the standings, and everybody's within like 2 games. So,
oh yeah, I mean, everybody there's so many top 25 teams in the league this year.
It's not like it's a 10-team league, I think, in the tournament this year. I think at least 10 make it to the NCAA tournament. So you guys are flying out to Missouri, right? Pretty soon, or driving
I
over to
wish
Missouri.
we were flying. Yeah, driving out to Missouri here in a few hours.
What's the hour limit? What's the bus ride hour limit to fly?
I'm not really sure. I thought it was like 10 maybe. I think we're
10.
driving to Carolina. We're driving home from Ole Miss. That's gonna be
you call South Carolina Carolina?
Yeah.
That's North Carolina, dude.
No.
North Carolina, Carolina. I mean, at least where I'm from in Atlanta, when you say Carolina, it's North Carolina. And people wouldn't be happy with you if you were in Charlotte or something like that, Raleigh, wherever.
We'll have to get over it. I'm here in Lexington.
Yeah, that's right. Hey,
I got
North Carolina in the SEC? Nope.
I got one question for you. My last question. Let's just say you're drafted, pretty high. Things work out for you. What's the one thing you gotta buy? Like it doesn't have to be expensive, cheap, whatever. Just the one thing you're like, man, I want to buy that.
Got my eye on a new Shelby Mustang.
There you go.
Always wanted one.
What
I've always been a big Mustang guy.
BBA?
Either red or blue. I haven't decided.
Whatever looks better that day.
Uh-huh.
I love that, dude. Well,
Shelby Mustang. You hear that 11.7? You're going to see this man driving a Shelby Mustang.
Yeah. So dude, thanks so much, Zach. This has been awesome. We'll get you back on the show sometime, but best of luck to you this weekend at Missouri, and we'll be keeping up with you throughout the rest of the year. So best of luck to you, man.
Hey, good talking to you, man. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.